Hello everybody, it's Jay again. Since I last saw you, loads of things have happened. Yesterday, when I shouted story, it was just you guys over there in Telford in England that shouted back story to me. But last night, children from all over the country listened to the story. There were children in Scotland, and children in North Wales, and children in South Wales. There was children in London, there was children from New Zealand, and there was even children as far away as India listening to our story. Because that's what happens with stories, don't they? They spread out and travel around the world. And I think that's amazing because we're all doing the same thing, aren't we? We're all staying in and we're all keeping safe and we're all being kind and looking after each other. Now, this is the second part of the story called Misery. And I want you, if you can, to get a couple of things ready. I'd like, if you have, to get some honey out. I've got some honey here. This is my honey. Well, actually, it's my bees' honey. They made it for me last year, and it's the very last jar. Look, half of it left, nearly all gone. But don't worry, because the bees are making me honey right at this very moment. So within maybe 4 weeks, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll have made me some more honey. If they're happy. If I look after them right, that is, of course, if I look after them like the blind beekeeper. And I want you to get a plate. And I want you to put some of the honey in the middle of the plate. And then put the plate down by the side of you for the middle of the story. I won't spoil the surprise. We'll see how it goes on. Now then, today when I shout story, remember what you have to do? Yeah, that's right. You shout story. And I want you to shout it really, really loud. And I want you to listen as well. I wonder if you can hear the other children from all the way around our country shouting at the same time, doing the same thing. Are you ready? Story! Yeah, that's not bad. That's wicked. Let's do it again. Story! Amazing, you lot. Well done. So, do you remember our blind beekeeper? Yeah? Cool. Well, 1 year after the first autumn storms, she was counting her honey jars. And there was loads and loads and loads. The summer had been perfect. Just the right amount of sun. Just the right amount of rain to make the flowers and the trees happy. And happy trees and happy flowers make happy bees. And happy bees make loads and loads of honey. She'd got the really runny honey that the bees had made from the bramble flowers in the hedgerows, and she'd got the really thick, gloopy, sweet honey from the mountain heather, and she'd got all the honeys from all the plants and the trees in between. And she had enough honey for herself, and she had enough honey for her friends. She had one particular lovely jar of honey that she was going to give the lovely smelling boy who walked past her garden every day that she was a bit keen on. And she even had a little bit of honey left, and she decided that she was going to take that to sell at the market the very next day. And so, when she woke up, she got those jars and she put it in a big basket, and she got that basket and she put it on her head to carry it down the path, just like the African women does. And off she went down the path. Now, she knew every single rock, she knew every single tree, she knew each root that crossed that path. But in the big storm, a big old oak tree had fallen, and one of the branches was laying across the path, and she didn't know it was there. And when she got to it, she tripped and the basket fell on the floor, and all the jars of honey smashed all over the floor, and oh, she was so upset. She was so upset. And she started crying, and she started wailing. And in those days when bad things happened, they used to say, oh, Mama God, oh, look, the misery, miserable misery. And with that, for a while at least, our beekeeper walks right out of our story. But in our story, sitting up there in a high treetop, is a wild cat. Have you seen them on the telly? They live in Scotland, really rare, really shy, tufts on top of their ears. And this wild cat was sitting, hiding in the top of the tree. And when the beekeeper left, he slowly, ever so slowly, came down the tree, all the way down to the floor. And when he got to the floor, and this is where your plate comes in, guys, he smelt the honey. Oh, it smells good. Smells good. What is it? And then he stuck his tongue out and started licking and licking. I get the honey up. I love this. I love it. I love it. And he licked it, and he licked it, and he licked every single drop of that honey up. And then he said, what is this stuff? What is it called? Oh, I love it. I want more of it. What is it called? What did she call it? Can you remember, guys, what she called it? What? No. She didn't call it honey, did she? Can you remember? Oh! Misery. Yeah, that's what she called it. Misery, misery. I want more misery. Give me misery, said the cat. Where does the misery come from? Can you guys remember where she said it came from? Can you? Can you remember? Oh, Mama God, Mama God. She said that the misery came from Mama God. Yes, I'll go to Mama God and get some more misery, said the cat. Where does Mama God live? Can you remember, guys? Up high, that's where Mama God lives, and she's gonna give me the misery. And I know where's really high, I know in Kumkai there are cliffs that stretch up to the sky, and that's where Mama God will be, and she'll give me the misery. And that's it today, guys. I hope you're enjoying the stories. I hope you enjoyed the activity yesterday, and I'll put more on. Maybe not today, but if not today, definitely tomorrow.